guys, tonight I'm going to read you some facts about Grey's Anatomy. This was requested by dividedinsin, so I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps you get some sleep. Shonda Rhimes was obsessed with watching surgical shows on the Discovery Channel, but her idea for Grey's Anatomy really started to develop after a doctor told her how hard it is to shave her legs in a hospital shower. Rhimes almost set Grey's Anatomy in her hometown of Chicago, but decided not to in order to not have the show feel too similar to another medical drama, ER, which is set in the same city. Grey's Anatomy was going to be called Complications. Miranda Bailey was the only role written with a character description: tiny blonde with curls. She was loosely based off of Rhimes' mother. But when Chandra Wilson auditioned, Rhimes was convinced she was perfect. Sandra Oh originally auditioned for the part of Bailey, but Oh loved the character of Christina Yang and asked if she could read for her. Ellen Pompeo wanted to do a different ABC pilot, written by Bob Orkey and Alex Kurtzman, called Secret Service. When that didn't get picked up, she was asked to play Meredith Grey. When Patrick Dempsey first auditioned, he was terrified of Rhimes because of her stone-cold expression. But Rhimes was actually trying to figure out what she could write for the, in her words, dreamy actor. James Pickens Jr. got the part of Dr. Richard Webber just minutes after he auditioned. After he read, they asked him to step into the hall, and when they brought him back in, he was offered the part. Isaiah Washington originally auditioned for the role of Dr. Derek Shepherd. Though Washington didn't win that part, he got a call that the actor who had signed on to play Dr. Preston Burke had to drop out, and the writers wanted him for the part. The character Alex Karev, Justin Chambers, was added to the script after the pilot had already been shot, so all of his scenes were digitally implanted into the episode. Rhimes started Meredith, Christina, Alex, George and Dizzy as interns instead of established surgeons because she thought there's something really horrible about not knowing what you're doing for a living. Pompeo didn't know that Derek was married until the season 1 finale was being filmed, and Dempsey didn't know his character was married until halfway through the first season. Kate Walsh was initially hired for only a few episodes, but she had such great chemistry with the cast that she was brought on full-time and eventually given her own spin-off private practice. Like Izzy, Katherine Heigl likes to bake and knit. Unlike her character Lexi Gray, who graduated from Harvard Medical School, Chyler Lee dropped out of high school. Jessica Chapshaw auditioned for 3 roles on the show. First, Derek's love interest, Nurse Rose. Then, Meredith's crazy friend, Sadie. And finally, she won the part of Arizona Robbins. Arizona was originally just going to have a 3-episode arc. Bailey's infamous vagina euphemism, vajayjay, was actually coined by an assistant on set. When Rhimes heard it, she wrote it into the script. Brooke Smith, who played Dr. Erica Han, a love interest for Sarah Ramirez, Dr. Callie Torres, was let go from the show. She was told the writers could no longer write for her character. In order to make sure that the Czech Denny left ABC was readable after weeks of wear and tear and food spills. Gray's prop master, Angela Whiting, suggested just increasing the dollar amount. When Derek writes his and Meredith's wedding vows on a post-it note, Dempsey was actually writing down the things they were saying in that moment. Pompeo got pregnant while filming season 6, but instead of making Meredith pregnant as well, the writers had the character give part of her liver to her estranged father, Thatcher, so that Pompeo could be confined to bed rest to hide her pregnant belly under sheets. A real programme was printed up for George's funeral. It was O's idea for Christina to have an emotional breakdown, which led Rhimes to write the scene after Christina loses her unborn baby and can't stop crying in her hospital bed. Rhimes enlisted the help of Chandra Wilson, Sarah Ramirez and Kevin McKidd to put on a concert for some ABC producers to convince them that infamous musical episode in season 7 would be a great idea. Though most of Grey's Anatomy is shot on a soundstage in Los Angeles, Meredith's childhood home is a real house located in Queen Anne Hill in Seattle. The roof of local ABC affiliate in Seattle, Como TV, is used to film scenes when helicopters land on the roof of the hospital. Jesse Williams, Dr. Jackson Avery, was a teacher before being cast on the show. When Lexi was killed in the plane crash in season 8, Lee stayed under the actual wreckage for the better part of 2 straight days to film the scene. When Arizona lost her leg, Capshaw walked on a prosthetic with her own leg tied behind her, and editors digitally erased any overlap. All the medical storylines are found in medical journals that the writers read from, or stories that viewers send in that they find interesting. When cast members perform a specific medical procedure during an episode, they are given tons of material to understand how it would be done in real life. And Washington would actually learn how to perform all of his fictional surgeries before shooting them. On set, real cow organs are used. There's also blood matter, which is made from red jello, blood and chicken fat. And lamb brains have been used for some of the brain surgeries. The MRI machine is real. The names on the OR board are actually names of Grey's crew members. Kevin McKidd, Dr. Owen Hunt, is Scottish. He used his real accent in the 2008 film Maid of Honor, which also features his Grey's co-star Dempsey. When Christina finds out that Owen had cheated on her, she tosses a bowl of cereal in his face, but it took 3 takes to get the shot just right, so McKidd was covered in milk. A few months after it was revealed that April Kepner, Sarah Drew, was pregnant at the end of season 10, Drew announced she was pregnant in real life. Dempsey and Pompeo are the only actors who've appeared on every single episode of Grey's Anatomy. So that's all those points. I'll have a quick look and see if I can find some more. I don't want to read doubles. I read that one already. The title of every episode is also a famous song title. Example, A Hard Day's Night. The first cut is the deepest, and If Tomorrow Never Comes. Grey uses a colour-blind casting technique. This means that each role is cast without the character's race, balanced and keeping with Shonda Rhimes' version of diversity, or vision of diversity. Rob Lowe was originally considered for the role of Derek Shepherd, but he passed on it. Luckily for us, Sandra knew that Patrick Dempsey was the man for the job as soon as he turned up at audition. Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Hilary Burton are a real-life couple. They both played parts in the show, although never in the same scene. You might also recognise Hilary from One Tree Hill, where she played Peyton Sawyer. They're all copies. A whole load of Grey's characters went on to appear on Shonda's other show, Scandal. Teddy's husband Henry plays Jake Ballard. Meredith's mum Ellis plays Vice President Sally Langston, and her dad Thatcher is the scheming Cyrus Bean. That's all on that site. Let's see. Cosmopolitan might have some more. I read that. I think that's probably it. Sarah Drew, who plays April, went into labour 13 hours after filming her character's birth scene. It was a big, long 10-hour work day of doing the labour and delivery scenes on the show, Drew told Access Hollywood. And when I went home, it was 8 p.m, and at 6 a.m. I woke up with a really intense contraction, 3.5 weeks early, so I didn't think I was in labour. But I was. Hannah spent 11 days in the NICU, but after that was doing great.